Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we are starting our new project in second grade. So you're gonna need some white paper thick enough that we can watercolor on because we will be painting this one. So I'm using 90-pound paper from school. So I'm happy to put a little kit together for you for this project. If not, just some thicker paper. I'm using a 10 by 14. You can use whatever size you have at home. You'll need a tracer for a leaf. I use my Cricut machine and just cut out one for everybody at school. Again, I can leave this at home, or you can print something off your computer and then trace it that way. We just want one tracer that we can use throughout the project. You also need a pencil and some warm colored crayons. So let's review warm and cool colors, right? So our warm colors are red, orange, and yellow. Cool colors are blues, greens, and purples. So for today, you just need warm colors. So be really careful that your yellows are yellow, your orange is orange, and your red is actually red. Because the first crayon I picked up, I got red violet. And we don't want red violet, we want it to say red. You can use red orange, yellow orange, you can use dandelion, you can use yellow. As long as they're those warm colors, we're good. So you can get those together and put them off to the side. We are going to be creating a fall landscape, kind of more like a fall warm and cool crayon resist. So we want to practice tracing our tracer. We did this a lot in kindergarten, first grade, and overlapping in a few places. We're trying to get that illusion of space a little bit. So we overlap. When you're drawing, you want something to look like it's behind and something to look like it's on top. We also want a variety of the way our leaves go. We don't want to trace them straight across in really even rows, because if the leaves were falling from the wind, we'd want it to be kind of scattered. So that's what we're going for. It's also okay to have some leaves kind of go off the edge of your paper a little bit, so it kind of looks like a continuous pattern. So I suggest starting somewhere at the top or the bottom or off to the side. I'm just gonna put this one kind of off to the side. Remember, when you trace, you hold down with your fingers and you go over those edges with your pencil. Hopefully it doesn't jump on you. Take your time and go slow. So once you have that first one down, you pull it away. So see how mine kind of went off the edge. So now I want to have one kind of go and not quite the middle, kind of off to the middle, off to the side a little bit. I'm gonna trace. So you're gonna go slower than Mrs. Cole is, because I'm going a little fast and you can see my pencil bumps, but that's okay. You don't wanna push super hard with your pencil. I know mine looks pretty dark, but I want you to be able to see it. I don't want you pushing too hard, because if we're using yellow, you still might see your pencil through it, and we don't really want that. All right, so lift it up. That looks pretty good. So now let's talk about that overlap. I want this leaf to look like it's upside down, so I'm gonna flip it. But I also want it to look like it's behind this leaf. So to do that, I stop when I get to a pencil line, and I don't cross over. I'm not doing the little stem on my leaves. That's a personal choice, but you can do that if you want to. So I'm gonna have this one kind of looking like it's crossing over. So I can't cross my pencil line, right? So I'm just gonna start at the edge of my pencil line, jump down here, and stop as soon as I get to a pencil line. This is all inside, so I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna come over here, because we want to give the illusion that this leaf is behind the other one. So we're going to trace it. And I'm not going to make you watch me trace all the leaves. That would not be fun for you. But I want to give you an idea of what I'm doing. So when you move your leaf, it looks like this leaf is in front of this leaf. And I kind of made some mistakes, so that's what erasers are for. And if you forgot to finish the point there, we can finish that. So what I want you to do is kind of figure out your composition and how you want things arranged on your tape, on your paper. If you want them all to be overlapping, that's fine. If you want them to be close, that's fine. I just want to see at least one that looks like it's in front of everything else. If you accidentally cross over a leaf, you can go back and erase too. That's fine. So go ahead and trace your leaf tracer, and your leaf can look different than mine. Whatever it is, you can actually go in your backyard and find a leaf if you wanted to and create a tracer from that. So go ahead and fill your space with leaves looking like they're falling. So kind of make them go in different angles, even upside down, and overlap at least one. And then I'll be right back to tell you step 2. Okay, so hopefully you've had some time to do your tracing. So I got a little carried away and I have a lot of leaves. I have leaves that are going off and I have leaves that are overlapping and peeking out. So it's really full. It's not very structured and I like that. It kind of just like a mess of leaves just kind of fell on your table. That's what we're going for. So once you're happy with the way your tracer looks, you're done with your tracer. And you want to get out your warm colored crayons. We want a variety of colors. And Mrs. Cole loves crayons for lots of reasons. My first reason is you can layer the colors and create your own color. You can go light and mix it. You can go really dark and waxy. I just love crayons. They're so versatile. My second favorite thing to do with crayons is to create a watercolor resist. And we did this quite a bit in the last 2 years we've been together. So we know when we do a resist, we need the crayon to be really waxy. So you need a color kind of hard. So if you're gonna blend some colors together to make your own color, that's fantastic. You just wanna make sure when you feel it, you should be able to feel where the paper is from difference from where the crayon resist is. Because then we're gonna do something with the watercolor background next week. So I am gonna put some of my lighter colors in the front and my darker colors in the back because that makes sense in my world because lighter colors would pop out. But again, this is your world, your leaves. You can color them however you want. You can mix the colors. You can make half the leaf one color because think of fall leaves when they're changing. They can be more than one color. So it's your choice. My only request is you color nice and dark and heavy and waxy. So this is going to take some time, and more than likely your class is going to be working on this for 2 class periods because tracing everything and then starting color probably will take up most of tomorrow's class. What I want you to do though is when you start coloring, pick which leaf you want. I want you to outline it really dark with your crayon, and you'll be able to see your pencil through it. And I know Mrs. Cole usually does black outline, but for this I just like the crayon. So I'm going to outline the leaf I'm about to color, paying attention to where my actual leaf is. Really dark and heavy, so you can really feel that wax. And I'm doing that so I know for sure every leaf will have a border that is full, that has lots of crayon wax, and the watercolor will not seep in. So after I do that, then I can go ahead and start coloring my middle. Now, it's your choice. You can outline everything or just do as you go. This step might take you a couple times. Like I said, we're probably gonna be working on this in art for a couple days. So I'm not gonna make this due until next Wednesday probably, just because I know it's gonna take a while to color. So you might wanna color a leaf, take a break, color some more leaves, take some breaks. You don't wanna rush or scribble. I don't wanna see really scribbly color or really light because we know the water will seep in there. So when you're coloring, I'm gonna move my placemat because my placemat has a texture. I want you to color really dark and smooth. Okay, see the difference? You should be able to feel it. I don't want to see scribbling and I don't want light. I want a nice heavy. Now, if you're like Mrs. Cole and you like mixing colors, you can still mix colors and make it look like the leaves are changing and just keep going back and forth. And you can do whatever you like, but your goal is to color all your leaves. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm not gonna make you watch me color this. This will take a while, even for Mrs. Cole. But your goal is nice waxy leaves. I will post a picture probably tomorrow after school. So I'm gonna post this video this morning after class. Tomorrow afternoon, you'll probably get a different picture to update what this looks like if you wanna see if you're on the right path. My biggest suggestion, or hint, I guess, is to watch which leaves are in front and which leaves are behind, because you want to make sure you color them different. You don't want to use the same color right on top of each other. You want to kind of vary or use a variety of colors. So Any questions, send me an email. Good luck tracing your leaves, overlapping and creating that composition, and then coloring with warm colors. I will talk to you next week. Goodbye, my most amazing artists.